Happy New Year, beloveds. It's been a while, it's been a long time. I've not been coming to at Coroni segment and we engage. Happy New Year. I hope you had festive season. I'm thankful if you're watching me that you are alive. You must be thankful for your life and also remember that the struggle is still on and we still need to take care of ourselves. And those who have lost their loved ones, my condolences. Death cannot be explained, and sometimes when you speak too many things and say many things, we end up spoiling everything when you are trying to console someone, because you're not in that position of that someone when what they are going through and the pain that you are going through, and some things cannot be explained. But I say, you who's alive, don't forget, life is for the living. You still need to be alive. You still need to take care of yourself. As you can see, I'm drinking, this is moringa. It's fresh leaves, and I boil it and I drink the water. I try to have it in the morning and evening. Just try to investigate, research on the benefits of moringa. Get the seeds, plant it in your houses. So this must be a lifestyle. The benefits are, it treats about 139 conditions. This thing, moringa, it's power magic. Anyway, let's get back to the topic that I want to talk about tonight as we start the year, as we kickstart the year. There's a saying in Chivenda. It's a tale. It's like a telly tale. Ma, is it a telly tale about Fungubu? It's a story tale that we were told at school. We were told by our parents, but we didn't really understand the meaning behind the story. The story talks about a jackal that approached the eagle. The eagle was on top of a tree and it was holding meat by its mouth. And the jackal wanted the meat, which the eagle had it on its mouth. And he said to the eagle, "Hey, eagle, how are you?" He started to greet it. "How are you?" and everything. But he knows that he cannot answer because it's got the mouth. It's got the meat in the mouth. And he started to praise the eagle, to tell it about how beautiful it is, the black and white feathers, it's like a tuxedo. He started to tell it how it sings so best. It's the best singer. It's got the best voice. This is something that the eagle knew already. He knew that it's got a beautiful natural bodysuit that it has. He knew that it's got beautiful voice amongst the animals. But because the eagle was fascinated and it started to get its wings puffed up by being praised how beautiful it is, by being praised how it can sing and the best singer, he let go. He started to sing. And when he started to sing, he dropped the meat. And the jackal he picked up the meat and he ate the meat. The eagle was left without a meat. There's a powerful message in that storytelling. Even though we may think it's a storytelling that we were told when we were young, but there's so much meaning in it. As the year is starting to begin, get to know yourself, get to know who you are. The jackal didn't tell the eagle about the ugly feet, because the eagle does have ugly feet. It's got rough, ugly feet. So be very careful in this year when people come and start to praise you, when people start to tell you how intelligent you are, when they tell you how beautiful, how sexy you are on social media, when you post pictures, and they'll be like, "You are so sexy," and everything. And there is that line also that men likes to say, and they will be like, "Why are you single when you are so beautiful like this, when you are so intelligent like this?" And if you don't use wisdom enough, you're gonna open your mouth like the eagle opened his mouth and dropped the meat. There is nothing that somebody must tell you about yourself that you don't know. There must not be anything that they tell you about who you are that you must not know. You must be self-conscious of who you are. You must know of your weaknesses and your strength. What the jackal did, it did short analysis on the eagle, and it concentrated on the strength of the eagle to let the eagle drop its guard and not to use wisdom and not to see that the jackal was tricking the eagle. We have a lot of people who comes into our lives for different purposes with different agendas. And if you are not self-aware, you know that you've got beautiful legs. You know you've got that figure. You know what I mean? Sorry for that. You know that you've got that bum. You know you are stylish. You know you are fun. You know you are intelligent. You need to know we are intelligent. You need to know how beautiful you are. You need to know how you slay. But if you are not fully aware, or even if you are fully aware but your self-esteem is very low, you will easily get tricked into things or relationship which don't have meaning, or get it to give people favor because people are coming with agenda and you fall for it. It's the same thing. It can be at the workplace. If you're a line manager, if you're a boss, if you are wherever a person in power, be very careful of people who come and praise you. Be very careful of employees who come and pat you on the back and tell you how great you are. But you find that there is no room for them to tell you the things that they're not happy about. There is no room for them to say, I hear what you're saying, I disagree, what about this? Because yes, even if you're a boss, but if you've got subordinates under you, let there be that open room where they can disagree with you without feeling threatened. People who will come and be praising you all the time as a land manager or even as employees, they never say anything bad or disagree with you. Be very vigilant. Because it's not realistic that you can be coexisting with people and all they do, they're always patting you on the back. They're always telling you how great you are. They're calling you with the names, with the says, and then they're calling you with your titles. There's a difference of people when, as human beings, we get it twisted when people honor us by our titles and everything and the position that we hold, and we think it's respect. It doesn't necessarily respect. People may be buying your face. People may fear you, but they don't respect you. So when you have friends, there needs to be a balance. As this year starts, ask yourself the kind of friends that you have. Is this the kind of friends that is always praising you? And what is it that they gain from it? And also, is it the friends that are always criticizing you, that are always pointing out the wrongs that you do or you say, whatever? The relationship needs to balance out. Nothing must be extreme. Things must not be extreme. It must not be something that doesn't feel natural. But as human beings, we are not self-aware of who we are. We are not aware of ourselves in totality. We don't do SWOT analysis on ourselves. And one thing we never realize is that, yes, sometimes people can use your weaknesses against you, but they can also use your strength. The things that you know yourself. When they see that you get excited by being praised, when they see that you get excited by being recognized, they're going to use that, and then they cloud your judgment. Just as much as somebody can use your weaknesses. But the good thing about when somebody point out your weaknesses, it makes you to be alert. You must not be defensive also. Have open room for people to, when they show you things that they don't agree with, take a back step. Take a back step and look at it and say, how can I turn this around and make it be opportunity and a good thing in my life? We never grow in our lives because we don't live a purposeful and driven life. We just flow with the river. You need to know who yourself, so that even when somebody comes and tells you and want to define you, already you know who you are. And when somebody comes and want to tell you, well, who you are not, you say, no, that's not who I am. There are so many things that we're going through with this COVID pandemic. We've got panic, we've got fear, we've got anxiety, we've got this. We are always calculating. One thing that you must know is that this year we need to start on a fresh start and be mentally alert and strong. Because any condition that can come, it can be sicknesses, it can be financial situation, it can be whatever struggle that you're going through. It needs you to be more aware of who you are and to know that, you know what, if I woke up this morning, a day it's gonna be better. A day is gonna be better. And decide who you want to be. You need to decide who you want to be, the kind of person that you are, the kind of woman that you are, the kind of man, the impact that you make. And we're at the time where we need more wisdom. Because all of us, we've made so many mistakes. We've made so many mistakes, which shows that we don't have wisdom at all. And what we don't realize is that wisdom will never operate in our lives if we don't declutter our minds, if we don't clean the way we think, if we don't empty everything in our mind, the habits, the way we do things. And we ask for wisdom, because that's what God says, that ask for wisdom. When you ask for wisdom, wisdom will guide you how to do things, when to do things, where to do things, and the skills. But if you are asking for wisdom on things, but you have not decluttered yourself, you have not cleaned everything, you have not changed your mindset, it's not gonna work. It's like somebody who have not bathed and they put on a makeup on top of a dirt. So as this year we're starting this year, a lot of us are anxious by different things. Our jobs, we're anxious if we're going to keep our jobs. Some are afraid of losing their properties and this and that, and also relationships and marriages and all that. And let us also be conscious of the kind of relationship that we want to be in, and the kind of partner that you want. And the problem is that most of the time we compromise what we want. We compromise what we want, and for the sake of being in a relationship. What kind of a marriage do you want to have? If you're not married, what kind of a partner you want to marry? And if anybody is just coming, we must not be afraid to be alone, and then we run. Most of us, we do that. We run to have a partner, or we run to be married, so that we can be having sex in the holy matrimony that is given by God and also by the country. But this is not the right person for you. All of us were not perfect in that, but we need wisdom. You need to do a stock take on the relationships that we have. Relationship with your parents, relationship with your siblings, relationship with your friends, relationship with a partner that you have. Is it serving me? Is it serving them? Are we having the same goal? Are we having the same vision? So this year, as much as there's so much anxiety, there's so much uneasiness, but let us make it easy for ourselves by knowing what we want and being intentional on what we want. And let us get to know people. This year is not the time where we'll be writing status that I know my worth. Let's get over that. I know my worth. Our worth is not the clothes we wear. Our worth is not the cars that we drive. Our worth is not the houses that we have. Our worth is not the jobs that we have. Our worth is the freedom to make decision, and to make the decision that is going to benefit you, and to be aware who you are, and to be conscious of who you are, And don't allow other people to make decisions on your behalf. And you say, I know my worth. Introspectively, most of us, we don't know our worth. We don't know it at all. And then we turn around and then we're bitter because other people, they know their worth, but we don't know our worth. This year, let us do things better. Let us start taking on the friendships that we have. Are they serving us? Which purpose are they serving? And ask yourself, that friendship that you're keeping, is it going to help you to go to heaven? Is this a friend that is going to say, what you're doing is wrong? I don't agree with you. I want to be in heaven with you. When we go to heaven, I want to see you there together. We are there. The attitude that I don't care. Somebody once told me recently when I was saying, hey, man, I don't care what people say. And they said, you are so stupid. I was so ashamed. He said, you are so stupid. How can you say you don't care what people say? Because we live with people. And most of the things that we do sometimes want approval. 60% or 70%, we do need approval of the people and what people say. So that line that you use, that I've used before myself, that I don't care what people say, but it will make, when you say you don't care what what people say, it will make you to live a reckless life. You don't think when you talk, you don't think of your decisions, you live like an animal because you want to prove a point. You are not sensitive. You don't have empathy. You take decision to prove a point that wena angar. But at the end, it may hurt you. So tonight, on the 2nd of January on 2021, I need you to do a stock take on the all kind of relationships that you have. The fights that of people that you don't talk about, too. And you find the things are not really that matter. What are you going to say when you get to heaven and God asks you why you are not? Why now you are always blocking people? You are always blocking people because you are perfect. I'm not saying we need to accommodate everyone in our lives. I'm not saying that. But there are relationships that God spoke so much about. The relationship of parents needs to be in the right place. The relationship between siblings. God even says nobody must come between siblings. Look at the relationship that you have with your siblings. Are you more closer with your siblings or with outsiders? And if you are more closer with friends, change it. And don't always be on the attitude that you are right and your siblings are wrong. Look at yourself also. Take a back step, and when they tell you things that they don't like, listen to them without being defensive. I hope you're going to have a beautiful year. And one thing that I will always refer to is that God blessed the Israelites even though they were in Babylon. I've spoken about this so many times. God will bless us regardless of the situation that we're in. Even in this COVID, you are still can be successful. You can still get promotion. Your business can still prosper. You can still get a right godly partner. You can still raise your kids in a godly manner. You can still love God. You can still honor God. You can still achieve the goals and the dreams that we have. God still prosper us in the difficult situation that we find ourselves in. So this COVID, let us just be cautious and do what we're supposed to do. Steam, drink herbal teas. Let's take vitamins like natural thing, moringa, all those things. And let's avoid to go to unnecessary gatherings. I hope wherever you are, whatever you are going through, some of you have lost loved ones. You have lost husbands. You have lost wives. You have lost kids. You have lost parents. God is still God, even though we are in pain. He is still God. And He doesn't change because things change in our lives. He's still the same. And have a blessed, blessed, blessed 2021. Let it be yours and you claim it. Thank you.